I don't drink soda. I'm trying to keep my composure here, but with every passing minute, the rage inside of me is bubbling up, almost like, like the slime in Ghostbusters. Is bubbling up inside me, and like I'm about to like manifest myself through like an old painting, and just destroy the world.
Also, like Ghostbusters,
because of Dollar Tree and their company practices, their racist policies, their systematically racist placement of their stores.
Yeah, we've uncovered a lot over this last week. And for people who haven't tuned in ever, this is the Natural Habitat Podcast. My name is Mikey Booyah.
I'm Awesome Ty.
And for people who didn't, sorry to cut you off.
I normally have glasses, but I took them off to show you that this is like a very special episode of the Natural Habitat Podcast.
And if you didn't hear last week, we have a new enemy, a figurative enemy, not a literal enemy.
No, well, that's becoming a gray area, but
it is, and that is the CEO of Dollar Tree himself, who served us a cease and desist because we were pretending to have a sponsorship with them, and now that has sparked this whole figurative war.
Yeah, it's it was the spark that ignited the fire of a revolution. And that revolution is very much alive and happening right now as we wage a figurative war. As of recording this, it's a figurative war. I'm not ruling out anything in the future, but you know what? Against this this corporate entity known as Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
Corporate, that's, they're not a company. They're not a mom and pop store. They're a corporate machine, profit-driven machine. And unfortunately, those profits now come with this new CEO. They come at the expense of the lower class. They come at the expense of race relations, and they come at the expense of support from this podcast now.
That's right. So, we're going over a lot of stuff, and what started as just this simple, like, oh, you're going to tell us that we can't do this. We're going to, well, fuck you. Now actually turned into a growing concern for this company.
Yes.
And Dollar Tree was in the news a couple days ago due to a manager that put a sign on the door saying that they were hiring, right? A lot of businesses
Everybody's
do this.
hiring right now. There's a mass labor shortage. Employees are needed in almost every retail space.
Yeah. So, normally this wouldn't be weird, but the sign did not say now hiring. The sign said, and I quote, 4/20. This is the date on whenever this happened. I apologize for us closing again, underlined twice. Is that a Z or is that a 2?
Yeah, and first of all, this shows you, the way this is phrased is a prime example of the entitlement that some of these boomers seem to have.
Yeah.
My 2 new cashiers quit.
So his cashiers that he owned, these are people that he owns. Oh yeah,
these are disposable properties he has purchased.
His 2 new cashiers quit because I said their boyfriends couldn't stand here for their entire shift. Squiggly mouth face.
Indifferent face. What did you say? It's like indifferent? It's like a flat, squiggly mouth. So it's like, it's more negative than indifferent.
Yeah. Then he says, now we're on to a whole separate piece of paper. Now, don't hire Gen Zs, derogatory term. They don't know what work actually means in different squiggly mouth face.
And I see that this is phrased very carefully as to say we don't hire. Granted, before these were my cashiers, but now it's all of a sudden it's stated as like advice to the reader.
Yeah. But this is really, we know what it is. They don't hire Gen Zs. They don't know what work actually means. Now hiring baby boomers only. Thanks.
And you know what? I think this is like a probably written by someone in their 30s that's just kind of dumb and doesn't know what a baby boomer is.
Yeah.
And thinks baby boomer is just like a work ethic and doesn't realize that that's literally just means senior citizens now.
Yeah, they think a baby boomer is like their age.
They don't realize that. Yeah.
That they're There
was like a window in like the 40s and 50s
like,
that somebody would have to have been born in.
Yeah.
You know, like it was like when everybody came home from World War II and were fucking all kinds and having babies.
The
you know what I mean?
Yeah. They thought they were never going to fuck again.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
so
at least a woman.
they came home from fucking overseas and they were fucking, and all
booming.
of a sudden, yeah, there was no plan B back then. So all of a sudden, there's this boom of babies, and eventually they're going to grow up to be very entitled and, you know, regard themselves as superior to everybody else that was born after them.
But good news, that actually started Plan B. You had to come up with a Plan B after that. And that was Plan Boomer, which was to kill him before.
And it's like if you're looking for like a long-term employee, which I would imagine most businesses are, like baby boomer, regardless of work ethic, still might not be your best.
Yeah, they really only got 10 or 15 years.
I think
left
you're better off like
lucky.
trying to train these Gen Zs and teach them how to work, as opposed to, you know, you got maybe like a 5-year run with these boomers before they move to Arizona and fucking peace out.
Yeah, you want a clean slate with someone that you can mold and you can make them work however you like the job to be done. And that's like, always the best way.
What kind of either manager or business owner would close down their retail business because the cashiers weren't there?
Yeah, it's like guess what? You're working.
Yeah, that's what happens when you run a business. Yeah, you have people quit and you have to pick up the slack.
And now you work.
So
now
like, there's no explanation as to why they're closed, because, you know, yeah, you're short staffed, but that falls onto you. So you had something better to do. Hey.
We're past the 5-minute mark, dude. They don't care what we do after 5 minutes. We can do whatever we want.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. It's only the first 5 minutes that get slammed, and we were talking business that whole time, you know?
Oh.
So after
you'd think
5
their
minutes,
algorithms would be more advanced than that at a certain point.
Yeah, really? But it's all the cursing, all of the D.
I mean, I had to have dropped some F-bombs by now.
D use. Yeah, but you know, we leave it up to the people to edit those out of their minds when they listen. So yeah, this guy, obviously this is discriminatory of age. It's ageist, which is, you know, on the growing list of things you can't do.
Oh, yeah, because we didn't even get to the final line. It says, now hiring, star, baby boomers only. Thanks. Which you definitely can't say baby boomers only.
Yeah, baby boomers
that's clearly
only.
Ageist.
That's
and,
ageist, yeah.
Yeah. And also, Dollar Tree's a corporation, so you would think, like, you know, like maybe this is just like a rogue store manager posting that or something. Mm-hmm. But the more you dig into Dollar Tree, the more you find that, you know, it's a whole culture of questionable policies, and you can kind of like follow it all the way up the chain of command, all the way to this new CEO. What is his name?
Michael
Watinsky, who's
not
replacing,
to be confused with Billy Crystal's character from Monsters Inc.
No,
different Michael Watinsky.
A far more likable character, really.
Yeah,
but you know, this goes all the way back to the retirement of Gary Philbin, beloved Dollar Tree CEO and dollar store pioneer.
If anything, like, we found out all of these horrible things that Dollar Tree has going on, but we also along the way found out how much of a boss Gary Philbin was.
Gary Philbin, on the front lines in the media, he was the face of the company when he had to answer a tough question about Dollar Tree. He was out there, you know, like, he's a man for the people. There's countless YouTube videos of him just, you know, explaining and promoting this business. But
yeah, look,
he guided it all the way through the pandemic, where you know, he assured Dollar Tree customers that whatever he assured them in the video. And
yeah, if you search Dollar Tree CEO on YouTube, you get countless videos just over and over again of Gary Philbin. And he's out here, he's talking to the people, he's in the streets.
He's mitigating tariffs, keeping those prices
low. He's crossing
low.
His arms, keeping the prices low. And Michael Watinsky, he's nowhere to be found. There's no video of him online at all.
No.
There is a criminal record on him, according to a website that I found where you could look up. You have to pay to like get access to people's criminal records.
Yeah.
But it says like, hey, we got some things in here that you're going to want to see.
Right. We didn't necessarily access them, but we saw that there was hits. There's
hits according to this website.
So yeah, he's very shadowy, kind of like the cigarette smoking man on the X-Files. You know what I mean? Like he didn't reveal himself for like the first couple seasons. He was just this shadowy figure. That's kind of what Michael Batitsky's. You know, like he's so far in his tenure. Yeah. He's only been Dollar Tree CEO for what, a few months.
Yep. And this happened recently. Here's an article from Business Insider, and this may have been right after he got how would you say it? Like appointed CEO?
I think appointed.
Or before he took the chair?
Yeah, I think it was more of like a hostile takeover type situation. Yeah. I don't know that appointed, would be the correct word.
When he took the seat.
Right. This was not like, I don't think this was approved by the shareholders or anything like that.
And also, you know what else I haven't seen is anything from Gary Philbin
since.
Yeah. So that's something that we still have to look into. It's
concerning, like Gary Philbin becomes so familiar to all of us on YouTube, you know what I mean? Like he's kind of like almost like a influencer, if you will, with all of his YouTube videos to see him just like all of a sudden Gary Philbin's gone.
Yeah, that is kind of fishy.
And Michael Wititsky's also nowhere to be found, never was.
Wait, hold on. What if hold on, we're going to pause this. Pause. What if Gary Philbin is Michael Wititsky, and if he couldn't tarnish his good name? So
Gary Philbin's a saint. I'm picturing Gary Philbin is like tied up somewhere, being held against his will.
Okay, you're right.
By his. I'm sorry,
I never should have doubted him.
I'm picturing like two kind of, but Gary Philbin's crafty. So Gary Philbin, I feel like right now is working on an escape plan to escape them. And you've got two kind of aloof, like comedic style goons guarding Gary Philbin.
Maybe one big one, one small one.
Right now he's like psychologically pitting them against each other, and he's like, Gary Philbin's gonna be back, but right now like Wititsky's nowhere to be found. He's not answering for his egregious price increases or racist employee culture.
No, any of
these things that we've uncovered.
We actually do have a statement from Dollar Tree. This is a press release from their website, and dollartreeinfo.com, which is owned by Dollar Tree. They said the company plans to begin adding new price points above $1 across all Dollar Tree stores, which they already did, $1.25. Boom. And will begin testing additional price points above $1 in selected Dollar Tree stores. Yeah, so
they're going to have multiple price points. It's no longer going to be a one-stop shop where you can, figure out exactly what your budget is and exactly what you can spend and how many items you're going to be able to get.
Yeah.
But I just when did Dollar Tree first become a company?
That's a good question. I guess maybe it's in frequently asked questions. Ticker symbol, equity, shareholders.
When was Dollar Tree incorporated? Or no, where is?
In Virginia. It went public in 1995.
Okay, so probably way before 1995 then.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like 1990.
1986. So it's as old as me?
Yeah. So and from day one, from 1986, back when a dollar, was worth a lot more. Mm-hmm. They've had, a dollar price. So back when 1986, the deals probably weren't that great. Relative, if you had to pay $1 per item, like 1986, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of a lot. Like, whereas, but still, they managed to sustain that $1 price for over 30 years,
and that's how they did it. They started high, and then the graph.
They've maintained that for almost our whole lives. All of a sudden, this rogue CEO comes in, and 6 months later, $1.25.
Yeah,
like you wouldn't even give yourself a year in the job before you decided to become known as the green-eyed monster that raised the prices at Dollar Tree.
Yeah,
and that shows you the gall and the
audacity
of this Wititsky.
So one thing that happened that may be to blame partially for this price increase is
Wititsky.
Dollar Tree. Well, also, I mean, partially besides him, but also could be connected to him because I'm not sure exactly when this happened. This could have been when he was CEO. Dollar Tree was fined $1.2 million for selling expired over-the-counter medicine, faulty motor oil, and failing to comply with state law policies regarding bottle deposits. So,
well, all three of those things could have potentially killed someone.
People that are already in impoverished areas, which we'll get into later, they are coming in. They're trading in bottles. Dollar Tree's like, bottles. Look, we're gonna give you 4 cents.
You're cheating these people out of their California can redemption, and then they're taking their shortchanged money that they've been given, and they're buying this expired medication that could potentially jeopardize their lives by not having the effectiveness that it needs to. And then they're also selling you this motor oil. You pop it in your car, all of a sudden you're driving off the freeway, and just an abrupt ending to your story.
Yeah, it's faulty. It's faulty motor oil. This shit just straight doesn't work. So, it's the same as having no oil. So
they're cutting every corner and then passing the buck onto you. The buck 25 onto you.
Yeah.
So
70.
That's just Dollar Tree corporate.
72% of people in this poll shop at Dollar Tree because it's less expensive, and 31% of their shoppers make under $30,000 a year.
Yes, and that's the majority of the brackets. You know what I mean? Like, and it just goes down. So 23%, $30K to $55K, and so forth. 5% make over $100,000 a year. Only 5% of Dollar Tree, and additionally, they're placing these stores systematically in areas that, for one, are low income, and for two, places that do not have grocery stores in these neighborhoods, where they see the demand and these people need groceries,
and so it becomes the only option that they have.
Like if you don't have transportation, or you don't have good transportation, and you're low income, like that's going to become your source for your food. But they're making sure they don't carry produce. They're making sure that they sell you poisonous ibuprofen.
Yeah,
I mean, it's it.
And
where does it stop? Where does it stop?
I think that's a good segue into this letter from the shareholders to Michael Wititsky, CEO and president of Dollar Tree. Now, this
is a plea for help, is what it sounds like to me. They're begging. The shareholders are begging Dollar Tree to address these issues.
Yeah. So they say, we, the undersigned investors, are writing you with regard to our growing concerns around violence affiliated with your stores, particularly gun violence. 100 people die each day. Homicide rates are blah, 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 blah. Dollar Tree has found itself, along with its competitors,
but mostly Dollar Tree,
in the harsh media spotlight during COVID-19.
Seen very poorly. Again, and this is media spotlight right here. We're portraying Dollar Tree as a monster, so they're 100% right.
ProPublica.
Oh, let's see this candid report from ProPublica.
Did this story.
Cited. This is what they're clearly worried about.
And it talks about how Dollar Tree attracts violence and gun violence.
Yep, and it's just a magnet for awfulness. Oh, here we go. How Dollar Tree stores became magnets for crime and killing. Whew.
Dang. Discount chains are thriving while fostering violence and neglect in poor communities. Okay, so now it tells a story about a lady that lives here.
This neighborhood has gone down. Oh, my God, look at these houses.
The stores have some non-perishable frozen foods. Can travel. Okay, so yeah, for people who can't travel to any grocery stores, any of the few discount grocery stores left in the area. This is where they have to shop. It has their essentials. It was one of the only businesses open as an essential business during COVID. And then, blah, blah, blah. Man entered the store, blue sweatshirt, red cap, silver gun. He fired down the center aisle. And then he pointed the gun at the cash register before seeming to panic. So this is what it is people end up shopping there exclusively, whole communities that are already in like systemically impoverished neighborhoods.
Right. They're already in areas where they have to carry guns themselves because, I mean...
Because there's no police. There's no...
It's either everybody has a gun or nobody has a gun. And obviously in these areas, everybody has a gun.
Yeah. And these people all end up shopping at the dollar store. And the employees of the dollar store aren't properly trained to be the only place in the neighborhood that has money. They have cash in all of their registers and lots of it.
And not even just that, in a lot of cases, as we've seen in some of these videos, the employees of these Dollar Trees themselves are the problems. You know, you've got employees hurling slurs. You've got transphobic employees or... Mm-hmm. Yeah, was that a thing?
Yeah.
Yep, a transphobic employee. I've been to a few Dollar Trees around here where they were less than pleasant to me, to be perfectly honest. So that shows you that these stores are completely mismanaged to begin with, and then you've, again, like you said, you've got all this incoming flood of business from.
Yeah. So it says that they've done nothing to address it.
Insufficient.
As when they were writing this, there was 31 robberies where employees had been wounded or killed.
Carjackings in the parking lot.
Carjackings in the parking lot. Drug deals inside the store that have gone wrong. And then Dollar Tree just does nothing. And they keep hiring people that they have not enough employees. The employees that they do have aren't trained properly.
Lines to the back of the store, and that's that's when these altercations are going to take place because you've got these people they're forced in these lines, single line because you got one employee working, the employee's up there hurling racist insults at the customer. Meanwhile, you've got this line forming all the way to the back of the store. Various gang members, street people, whoever like what may be the case, and
it's like the whole place is just the Wild West.
The Wild West.
It's like it's like when you go into a public restroom at certain places. Like a public men's room is like just like a gray area where anything goes in there. Someone could just murder you and there's no footage of it. And like
all restrooms?
Not all of them, only some of them. Like you ever go into like a public restroom and then there's a guy that's like a homeless guy that has all of his stuff unloaded.
Oh yeah.
And he's like taking a bath in there.
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay, I'm in here with this guy. There's nobody in here with us.
There's nothing stopping him from
There's
strangling
no cameras.
You and just dumping
and
your body.
And those guys
behind.
are usually minding their own business, but you're just in there with anyone.
No, I could think of a specific instance where I felt physically threatened in a secluded bathroom.
Yeah? What happened?
Oh yeah, I was driving to Arizona and I just had to stop and piss at like a really, really shitty I don't know where the fuck it was, somewhere in Arizona, but it was like a bad area. And there was just probably three transient men just like hanging out in the bathroom. And I went in there and they were just like looking at me like, what are you doing in here? This is where we hang out. You just walked in my house.
Damn. And you were just like, hey, excuse me.
Yeah, it was really awkward. I mean, obviously I survived it, but they definitely made me uncomfortable as a middle class, gentleman passing through a area like that.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, usually like in places there's people that, if something goes down, there's like people that can maybe jump in and help. There's
I feel like
cameras,
I'm getting pretty classist here.
There's security,
Are we being classist here? Like talking down on Dollar Tree customers?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's probably not good.
But
we're trying to hit home that Dollar Tree is taking advantage of that.
Yes, that's what it is.
They know this, and I'm not, I'm not putting down anybody that's in the situation where they have to shop at Dollar Tree. I shop at Dollar Tree myself for a lot of things.
Yeah.
But the point is, they're aware of all these problems, and they're taking advantage of it, and like they're capitalizing on that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. That's what we're talking about.
Crime is opportunistic. And if there's no opportunity, there's no crime. Dollar Tree is out here providing the opportunity, and kind of, it's almost like Dollar Tree is a woman dressed in a very suggestive dress who's just kind of like out on the dance floor. No, I can't. No. I'm not saying that Dollar Tree's asking to be robbed,
but they are. I think maybe they might be able to like write off that money in their taxes as like it got taken.
I probably shouldn't have said that.
So
I made like a rape joke on. Can you cut that?
I mean, yeah. Here.
That was really ugly.
It's cut. Right there where I clapped. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a Superdome kind of situation, like a rape in a Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
And we'll cut that.
Cut that one out.
Cut that one. So we have
Donald and Dayton. Outside the store he was robbed. Donald was robbed in a Dollar Tree. Look, he's just a regular guy, just like you or I. He's got a sick hoodie, puff jacket combo.
Uh-huh.
Like, he's looking very stylish. He probably went in the Dollar Tree and they saw him, started player hating on Donald because he's dripping. And I mean, he really is. But it's become far too common of a story.
Uh-huh.
And meanwhile, Dollar General is out here, and Dollar Tree's, like they're like the runner up. They're the Burger King to Dollar Tree's McDonald's.
Yeah,
they've taken notice and they're calling out Dollar Tree.
Oh,
they're getting aggressive and they're coming on the offense. So I don't know. I've never been to a Dollar Tree or a Dollar General. I can't speak firsthand, but I feel like Dollar General might be the one.
It could be a superior.
It could be
store.
on the come up.
Yeah,
it could be. They're creeping on a come up, as Bone Thugs would say.
They might still have their what's his name, the old CEO.
Oh, what an ill reveal that would be if
Gary Philbin.
Gary Philbin just pops up and he's jumped shit
and he's running Dollar General. So
Dollar General, there's rumor on the streets that they might be going to 75 cents.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like, we're going to go the opposite way.
Doing a flippity flop.
Yeah, it's like you want to take away from the name of our store and not uphold the dollar. We're going to go the other way. We're going to undercut you. We're going to way undercut you.
That's not a bad idea.
So you heard it here first. Go to Dollar General and you can expect 75-cent prices.
So we have this altercation that happened in a Dollar Tree store between a employee and a what are they called? Customer?
Nothing happened.
Yeah, I mean, he was just trying
what
to.
What are you hiding for? Don't hide now. You call the police on people for what?
You need to leave.
Or what?
You need to leave.
Or what?
The cops are on their way right now.
What that's gonna do to me?
So you've got.
You called because I didn't leave my bag at the front. I went and bought something.
Exactly.
And why you hiding from the camera if you just called the police?
You need to leave.
Shut up. I'll wait for the police to come.
If you don't put that camera down, I will mace you.
Oof. So she threatened him with violence first.
Get your ass beat for assaulting me.
I'm not assaulting you.
Yeah.
You're refusing to leave.
You own camera in the store. Go ahead and try to mace me. I'm going to hop over this counter and beat the brakes off you. Go ahead and try me.
You need to leave.
You just called the police on me. You talking about you going to
mace me
because I'm recording you? Because you over here threatening me? You threatening me.
This is the second time.
What does that have to do with anything? You just called the police.
Leave.
Go ahead and do it. You going to wish you didn't.
You want me to
do
mace
it.
you?
I promise you. I promise you.
Here, you need to step back. I'm about to mace
Yeah,
you.
you're going to get the shit beat out of you.
How am I going to get the shit
I walked to the back and picked this up. You talking about I had to leave my bag when I was already back
It's a
there.
store policy.
He called the
There's 4
police because I
signs
did
posted
what?
around my store, sitting there saying that you need to leave.
Says
My store. You hear that?
Yes, same vernacular as that sign.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that this might be the person that wrote that sign?
It easily could be, but you know what? They're pretty much all the same. That's something that I'm getting back to. Is you go into these stores.
Every Dollar Tree manager is the same person.
Do you not remember when we were in?
I was just gonna pull that up. What episode was that?
That was Pioneer Day. The parade one? Back when I ran for mayor, we used Dollar Tree all the time, but we had a run-in with one of these overzealous Dollar Tree employees, and we were just trying to film the vlog, film the show, and
here it is. Pioneer Day Parade.
Hi.
This has got to be it, right?
I'm 2018 Paso Robles, California mayoral candidate, Awesome Tybes Cosney. This week, our campaign has gotten some very exciting news. We've been accepted as an official entry into the 2000. We had constructed a float. It was a beautiful, gorgeous Heathcliff float. A lot of people were saying it was.
So we're in our local Dollar Tree way before our sponsorship or alleged sponsorship.
This was years ago.
And we're walking around. We're getting things. We're looking for stuff.
I'm sorry, but you can't film.
And this is our interaction with a Dollar Tree manager.
Can I see your written permission from corporate to be recording in the store?
Can I see your written permission from corporate to be recording at the store?
Yeah, at a certain point, and like I know how to deal with these things, so I immediately turned to her and I was like, "Hi, I'm going to introduce myself as a mayoral candidate, and that'll smooth things out." She wanted no part of it.
No,
she wouldn't even hear me out. Like she was like, "No." She would not listen to like we had a special set of circumstances that made it okay to be filming in there, and she wouldn't she wouldn't stop to hear us out.
Yeah.
And if she would have just paid attention to what I was telling her, it would have been fine.
So that was her very first thing that she said to us. She came up to us and was like, "Can I see your written permission?"
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to build a Heathcliff
No, excuse me. No, hello.
Yeah, and look at all that orange stuff we could have used for the Heathcliff float.
Yeah.
Like, we would have gotten the Heathcliff float put together if it weren't for this.
These little pumpkin guys.
This is why I'm not mayor right now.
Can I see your written permission from corporate to be recording in the store?
2018 Paso Robles, California mayoral.
No, that's not the answer to the question I asked.
She didn't shake my hand either. I don't think.
I'm sorry, but you can't film in the store without corporate permission.
It's just a cellular
I'm
So as if
Yeah, and it wasn't just a cellular device. It wasn't even a camera.
So this is, I mean, you see how we've been profiled and treated inside a Dollar Tree. You can imagine how bad it is for minorities and other people that aren't mayoral candidates.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been like a whole thing that we've been uncovering. This has gotten a lot deeper than we thought, and we also would like to reiterate the fact that a lot of this stuff is just articles that we're reading. That is something that has been published. That is truth and facts based on this article. And then also the stuff that I read on that criminal background website based off of that. Michael Watinsky has a criminal background record up to 19 hits. Wow. And then everything else is alleged.
Those could be literal hits too, though. We don't know that he didn't hit his wife 19 times. We don't.
Yeah, 19 different.
I'm not implying that he did, but has his name been cleared of that accusation?
Not that I know of. Can I say that? That would protect.
Yeah, and I just
legally.
asked a question, right? It's not. I wasn't leading.
Yeah.
If you lead with the question, is that?
Yeah, we could ask. Do we even know if Michael Watinsky is responsible for any of these murders, these gun violence murders? Question mark. What was that?
I mean, do we know that it's not a threat from Michael Watinsky threatening my family?
I don't.
I don't either.
Whoa. So, I feel better that I feel good that we have an enemy.
Yeah, I mean, it's
good to have someone to go against.
Yeah, it fires you up.
Figurative.
It fires you up,
enemy.
and you can take the rage and the hatred.
Point it
I
all.
don't hate them. You know what I mean? I don't hate anybody.
No, but I hate other things, and
I
then
have a strong
direct
dislike
that.
for this Watinsky and the Dollar Tree current corporate regime post Gary Philbin. So I have a strong amount of immense animosity animosity. You take that animosity, and now I can go out there and I can use it like when I'm playing video games or when I'm working or doing whatever. You know what I mean? I can use that to fire me up to go home and cook a dinner. So
Yeah, it gives you that like Rocky power.
So I
where
like
you're
it too. I like it too. Exactly.
So so what else is new, dude?
Just same old. Just Dollar Tree stuff mostly, and been recording some songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, got a lot of songs. I think I'm gonna do like an album this summer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've got like 6 songs recorded now, so might as well put it all into a project.
Yeah. That'll be dope.
Yeah,
I got a beat from Roach Clip for a new song that I'm writing, and then I'll come to one of those studio nights.
Nice. Is Roach Clip making beats?
No, it was a beat that he recently put on the BeatStars that I guess was left over somewhere. Or maybe Kojak is. It sounded like a Roach Clip beat though, and then
so it sounds like it was made
by somebody else
poorly in 2003.
No, it sounds like it was made by somebody else and then arranged by Roach Clip.
Oh, gotcha.
And but I like it, and I hit him up and asked him to give it to me and to take it off of the BeatStars, and he said, "Yeah."
Nice.
So
can I hear it?
Yeah, I'll let you hear it because it's still on the BeatStars.
Of course it is. I have another song I want to get you on. It's going to be like a posse cut with like whoever I can get on it.
Yeah,
you should.
I'm down. I still have that. I had this idea of doing like a Cypher where you get like a bunch of like local rappers in on it, like any other Cypher, right?
You get your D Cerna, you get
That's it.
Yeah,
just you and me and D Cerna.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
I'm track him down.
I actually ran into him recently, and he said that he wants to do a song, so that'd be perfect. We already have him signed on.
We got him certified.
We are certified. So, we do a Cypher with everybody, and then for the music video, everybody does their own location instead of everybody.
I've pitched this idea to people like a million times, also.
But not with my thing.
Oh, what's the twist?
See, my twist is it's all shot on the same camera. For one, it's not everybody shooting their own thing and then sending in the footage.
Sure. Yeah.
And you put in between everybody's verses, you have some sort of breakdown or like a hook or something, and you put in a time lapse of going from one location to another.
Oh, okay. I like that.
So you're out. So you're out in Shandon with Roach Clip, right? You're shooting. That's the dust. It's the riverbed or whatever.
I mean, me and you could literally like make that. It's the problem is, where are these rappers? I don't know any rappers anymore. I used to know a million rappers. Now I know nobody. I can't get anybody to come rap.
So here's one thing that we could do. We could take people's verses and performance shots from music videos that you've already made, right? So you have raw footage. You have like a whole performance shot of just Jarvis doing something.
Yeah.
So you could take that, and we'll take that verse. We'll put it on a new beat. We'll use that footage. You'll flip it. You'll reverse it. You'll make it look a little different.
Put my thing down
on it.
Put my thing down.
Put your thing
flip
down.
it and reverse it. Yeah.
Zima, who got the keys to my Beamer? Is what you'll ask, and Jarvis will say what, and then you'll have him sign a thing.
I'll put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it again.
Yeah, again, and then we'll take that. We'll piece those together. So we'll already have verses from like a bunch of different people. You got you, me, D Cerna. We got Jarvis. We got Roach.
No, we don't have Roach.
I mean, we'll get one.
No, I mean we don't want Roach.
Okay, well then, what about Matt? Carefree, is that a thing still? No. We need someone that people will like look up. Someone that has like a name that people would want to listen to.
There's nobody anymore.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
We're like out of the window. Everybody that used to like be around is like doing their own thing. I'm like, me and you might be the last ones, really, because Jarvis is moving.
Yeah.
And Roach, I mean, again, we don't really want him, so.
Yeah, like everybody, a lot of people aren't even making music anymore. All the people that were making music at the studio, like, There's like, yeah, I just work, or I just got kids, or I just don't really.
I mean, like
whatever.
I thought that's where I was at, and then I just got like struck with this burst of creativity, and like I'm trying to take advantage of it because I don't know, if that'll come again. So I'm just trying to make the most of it, and I luckily, like I haven't even written anything. I've written a little bit in the past couple of weeks, but I mean, like I wrote like a whole album in like a week, and like even like as I record it, song by song, like it's like holding up as far as like stuff that I've written. Yeah, I'm like, wow, like this wasn't just I was
gibberish or
garbage.
Just from bullshit.
Got some good stuff here.
Hell yeah! So that's cool. That's something to look forward to out there. And then so yeah, I got this beat. If you want to do something on this. I like it because it's like slow, but you can rap fast to it.
I'm waiting for the drop. Oh, is there no big drop?
No, it comes in after a minute, I think. No. But
I will do a song. We can make this.
We got to add some more drums to it.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a frequency that's not coming in, like through the.
Yeah, it sounded really badly.
Whatever hookup we have right here, like I feel like we're not getting something.
We might not be. I mean, I'm down. I'll do something cool on it. I come up with some sort of singing.
But yeah, it sounds really good. It sounds really good in my car.
Nice.
So believe that. And yeah, that'll be cool. So yeah, I want to take advantage of that spot to that new studio.
Oh yeah.
While it's a thing. Because I mean, like we said about baby boomers, like how many years is that place going to be available?
Chief Keef. I mean,
he wears like cool clothes and shit. Like he's young, but I mean, he's not to be like rude or ageist or anything, but how many years does he really have running that studio before he can't do it anymore?
I don't. I think he's got a few.
Probably enough to get an album out for sure. Or two.
Yeah, I think we got 10 years with Chief.
You think he's still spry? You think I'm...
Yeah, I do. I think he could still play drums. And in fact, once, like the more I record from there, I'm going to eventually start, because I think he can play every instrument.
Yeah.
That's the sense I get. He can play everything. So I'm going to like start being like, hey, what's up with a sick guitar solo here? Or you want to retract these drums here?
Yeah.
And just start like putting my money to work using his talent.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. I probably just, am being discriminatory.
You are. You're basically being like the opposite of Dollar Tree, which is actually a good thing.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So what else is there? Oh man,
I went to a children's museum today.
Did I talk about Walking Dead?
The VR game?
Yeah.
Not on the podcast.
Oh man, it's wild.
You're just gonna describe a video game on the podcast for our listeners?
Yeah.
Okay,
so it's like, there's zombies,
There's
right?
zombies, right?
You're in a bus.
Walking Dead.
You got a thing. You got a backpack.
You got a shotgun.
You got a shotgun.
You got an axe, a pickaxe.
You got a pickaxe. You got an axe.
Do you have just a slingshot?
Yeah. No.
You can flaming daggers in your slingshot.
No. No.
Okay.
You do have a bow and arrow.
You have some sort of like Tommy gun, like a
not yet,
like a 1940s looking Tommy gun with like one of the big drums.
Not yet, but I could one day.
That's something to look for.
What I did do was I went to the Children's Museum.
Oh, yeah, so did I. Did I see you there?
No, I went in Walking Dead. So it's like I was in VR at the Children's Museum in the game. It's a different one.
Different children's museum or a different game?
A different children's museum. Which one did you go to?
I went to the one in real life, the one in San Luis Obispo.
Oh yeah, this is based off the Paso one.
Oh,
one in
I've never been to the
Paso.
Paso one. They're closed on the weekends for some reason.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like who? Why? When?
We should
Just go to the children's museum without my kids.
we should make it. Yeah, I was gonna say we should make a children's museum for adults.
It's called fucking It's called
Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, I guess that's like the best I can do, which is sad. There should be like a better thing.
There really should just be a bunch of like.
There's gonna be a barcade in Slow. They're opening. Like it's not a Dave and
really?
Buster's, but yeah,
Same kind of thing.
Yeah.
See, like, but I hate when it's just an arcade that like sells alcohol. That's not adult.
Yeah, exactly. I want a ball pit.
Yeah.
Not a ball pit, but I want some sort of like, climbing structure for adults, swinging and, so forth. Like maybe those dangling football tackle things, and you can just plow through them.
Yeah.
Get your aggression out.
Yeah, do you remember
drunk.
that thing at it was at like Captain Kids? That like play structure went like hella deep on the
Hell
bottom.
yeah, that was a lit place.
And you had all the fucking
Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking
punching
about.
bags.
And some of them had like the hamster wheel or whatever. Or am I thinking of a fun house?
Maybe, yeah.
But either one,
same thing. I think that it should have all those. I think it should have a fun house. I think it should have all the ball pit and child toy like playground stuff, but blown up so you could fit in it as an adult.
Hey, man.
And then I think that it should have a lot of like curiosity and educational stuff,
like for adults.
Yeah, but for adults, and like have like a whole screen with like a bunch of like an aquarium.
I think you also borrow from the Hooters type theme where the women are basically like eye candy.
Yeah. Women with like
dressed
tight,
very scantily clad, and you hire them as models. That
and
way
the
you
guys
can discriminate.
Too. The guys,
make it inclusive. Make it inclusive. Why not?
Gray sweatpants, just swinging dick.
You get some trans people in there too. Like, just make sure again you hire them as models, so they all need to be pleasing to the eye, and that's by the way the law works. That's fine, right?
And you get yourself like a creepy Italian manager that's just going to be like, just stand there and look pretty.
Yeah.
Shit
Well,
like
I was
that.
thinking I was going to be the manager. I was
Then
going
you
to
could
manage
say
all
that,
this,
right? Give it a run. Give it a try.
Hey. Hey. We need you to. No, you can't say it. You just gotta.
No.
You just gotta imply it with your.
I don't know. I've heard it
gestures
said in the workplace before.
Maybe if you show a little more skin, these customers will tip you a little more. Oh,
I remember I was working at a place, and we were all like cleaning.
I feel like I've been very discriminatory against women on this episode, and I've said some things that are very regrettable. So I just want to apologize for all that. I feel like I've just been a piece of shit on this episode.
I feel like I know what's going on, and I will, and I'll edit it. I'll edit it all. I'll cut it all out. Don't even worry about it. That other one was at like 26 minutes, so I remember that. So I should remember to cut it out.
Just skim through and cut out all my regrettable lines.
Yeah. But what were we talking about? Children's Museum, Adult Children's Museum, chauvinism, no.
The showbiz.
The women,
oh,
the men,
that's
the
a good rhyme.
trans.
I'm in the showbiz and I'm dealing with this chauvinism. Up in the showbiz and
Up in the showbiz and
trying to cut the chauvinism out my show so I could get in the show business, and then there'll be no chauvinism. I go ballistic every time I hear these phrases against women who I love, and I'm very positive for them. And you know that I don't have any chloroform on this rag. I just came to give you this rag for your do, like a do-rag. I ain't trying to do bad, girl. I'm trying to do right by you. What does that mean? Like when people say, hey, I need to do right by, I got to do right by Mikey.
Gotta do right by you.
I got to do right by I got a daughter here and I'm trying to do right by her. That's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Do right by you.
Do right by you. What does it mean to do right by you?
Treat someone fairly.
To deal with someone in a kind way as you should.
Okay, yeah. I'm trying to do right by you. I don't like it. I don't like that phrasing.
To treat fairly.
Okay.
He always tried to do right by his employees.
Which is something that Dollar Tree...
That wasn't a Dollar Tree manager.
At the end of the day, isn't that what it is? Dollar Tree, we just want you to do right by us, the customer. We want you to do right by your employees. We want you to have fair and non-discriminatory hiring practices. We want your CEO to resign immediately and move to a foreign country. And we want you to change your prices back to just $1.
$1, please. And that's it. That's all we ask.
That's all we've
And
ever
also,
asked.
we don't really demand anything. Do what you want. Not a threat.
I mean, it's a free country, yeah.
Yeah, so whatever. And then, so what else is there?
Natural Habitat Recordings.